all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I love that. Welcome along to episode 13 of 5-Star Sodas. We're here to review more fizzy drinks from over the world. Al, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. Just thought I would slide in there for a wee bit of drama. How you doing?
Good. A good wee bit of drama because we needed that because we already had a bit of drama earlier before. Nick, how you doing?
Hitchcock.
Still here. I was waiting for you to throw that off to me, Al. And you just went, Andy, how are you doing?
I know, but
I think in a circle with me.
We discussed this though. We always mix it up, keep it guessing. Because last week Andy was like, "I'm Andy." He shocked the world by saying, "And I'm Andy,"
telling us his name.
And we mixed it up so much when we already tried to start this, we accidentally went live on the Glasgow Film Festival YouTube channel. So shout out to the couple of people that managed to catch that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, hopefully it's deleted by now. You know?
No, I was still there when I checked a minute ago. So, apologies to the Glasgow Film Festival. We didn't mean that.
Or did we?
Or we would have left it running.
How's it going?
Not bad.
Good. Busy week. But I'm thirsty, ready to try some drinks.
So thirsty, man.
Do you remember that old joke or something would say, I'm thirsty, and they'd be like, I'm Friday, nice to meet you.
But it's actually Wednesday.
What day is it today?
It's Wednesday.
All right, okay.
It's podcast.
Who's got the notifications on?
I know, that's me. That's my bad. I'm switching them off.
Glasgow Film Festival, sending some angry emojis.
I'm not getting paid for my work earlier this week.
What's been happening in the last week?
Just great.
How's your lockdown living going?
Same, man. Same old.
Don't really know. I genuinely can't remember what I've done since the last time we've been here.
Since last March. It's been a minute. I feel like all I've done is play PlayStation for like
You've only had it like
week.
3 weeks.
You know, someone kept asking me like, people keep saying, what have you been playing in the PS5? And I'm like, well, PS4 games, because there is no PS5 games out. Everyone's rushing to get this PS5, there's no games.
Yeah,
all the games are like,
why is this? I'm not obviously we know what we've established. I'm not really the gamer guy, but why would they do this? This seems like counterintuitive and also like not really when I was younger and I was a wee bit more up on consoles, like I felt like there was always like a console dropping and then like a marquee title,
big game release schedule with it.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? There is a huge game out for it, but it's kind of like half a game because it's a Spider-Man. They've taken the engine from the Spider-Man game from a few years ago and like totally revamped it, made it different, used Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse thing, and but you can buy the bundle of like the remastered version from the PS4 plus the PS5 thing. And but for me, I've played the PS4 one, so like it's 50 quid for the Miles Morales bit, which is about 8 hours of gameplay, or 70 quid for the bundle, and I'm like, I feel like, what's the rush? So I'm playing all these like old. In fact, the one thing good about it is like if you sign up to the online thing, which I do, you get like 10 PS4 games, and 6 of them I've never played. So that's what I've been doing for the last week, playing games.
So do the PS4 games look more funky? Yeah,
but they load so really fast. This is the difference. Like,
I just think it's so crazy that you were all pure clambering to get this thing, and why it was gold dust in the first place. I guess it'll pick up steam soon.
It's the same with the Xbox though. I mean, there's no games out for that, but a lot of them are doing like, if you buy the new version, when the new version comes out, you'll get it for free and that kind of stuff.
Is it like a big game coming for the PS5 that's going to be the first big one that everyone's going to go nuts for?
I think there are a few things coming out this year, but I think the first big one will probably be like the sequel to God of War, which will be next year. But I actually don't think there's much coming out this year. Ratchet and Clank.
Just to be clear, see when you bought it, when you got your PS5,
yes,
like it didn't come with a pack-in title.
It came with Alex the Kid.
No. We talked about it last week.
I came with a demo thing.
Came with a demo, and you went through
like
this
I'm
thing.
Saying, there's hundreds of game things, but like I'm saying, it's backwards compatible, and for the most part, it acts like a PS4.
You play PS1 on it.
You can. Actually, it's not very well documented, but PlayStation have a thing where it's like This is getting super geeky, but like
I know it is.
just to say that like the
Can I
PlayStation
play
have a thing called
the Rapper or not?
yes.
Okay.
Actually, one of the free games that I got is Crash Bandicoot Trilogy Remastered,
Classic.
I know that guy.
Classic PS1.
which is good. But anyway, so sorry, that's what I've been doing for a week. What have you been doing?
Just
Something? You watched then? Built any Lego?
No.
he never builds any Lego. He builds things out of boxes of unbuilt Lego.
I hate it
Structures.
very much. Just stack them up. Do you know what I've done? Sold a lot of stuff on eBay.
Really?
Oh, it's come
Listed
to
a lot of
this.
stuff on eBay. Sold a lot of stuff on StockX and all of that. But yeah, had a bit of a busy week.
What's prompted that? Just making room.
Just having a bit of a clear out, to be honest. Just try to do a bit of saving, realising that I don't need 400 pairs of shoes.
I sold a couple of bits on StockX a while ago just because I was cleaning, I was putting things up the loft, and I was like, I literally move things up and then down and then up and down, and
Pretty much.
Just-
I mean,
You both have extensive shoe collections.
I think Andy's trumps mine, but I had a few tasty bits that land. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, it's pretty easy money. Took about
If
2
you're-
seconds to sell them.
If you were
I
to
took
guess,
about 30 pairs to the post office yesterday. So
I don't even have 30 pairs of shoes. Al, if you were to guess how many pairs of shoes you have in the loft, what are you thinking?
Probably not that many. Maybe
I can see 4 boxes behind you already.
that's light work, man. One of them doesn't even fit me. I don't even know. So
that's just what you want today.
I don't know. Maybe about. I probably only have about 40 pairs of
40
trainers in the
pairs?
house. Maybe.
That's wild,
Something
Andy.
like that. He's got way more than that though.
Over 300.
His is insane.
300 pairs of shoes.
Yep.
That's absolutely insane. I think I've got like less than 10 pairs.
I would say I'd say of the ones that I've worn, I'm probably only about 50 of them.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's why I'm selling them. Just realising that I'd rather have the money in my pocket and buying something that maybe makes a bit more sense than having all of these shoes in a cupboard.
Yeah, but also the thing is, like, if you bought them and sat on them and there's a wee margin on them, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's like
I've got
flip
a
them-
question for both of you.
Shoot.
What has been your most self-indulgent lockdown splurge?
Oh, jeez.
Like something that you didn't really need, but and it doesn't need to be really expensive, but just something you're like,
Right, I've got a good one. So I'm not going to include any of the stuff that I bought for streaming or for effectively work.
no.
A robot Hoover.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
What a purchase that was.
Wait a minute, do you know
Explain to the
what? It's
people-
funny, I think we all bought Hoovers
We
during
did all
lockdown.
buy Hoovers.
The robot Hoover's a game changer, mate. I mean, we had a Dyson, great Hoover, good suction, all the stuff that you're looking for. Robot Hoover, game changer. Absolutely.
And if anyone thought the PlayStation stuff was geeky,
If you were to sell the robot Hoover to the listeners, how would you sell it?
what's it going for in StockX?
But I mean,
Hoover.
like, it's the best. The one thing I'd say that's good about it is it makes you keep crap off the floor that you don't need on the floor. Like, we've got 4 kids, so it just makes you pick stuff up. Otherwise, when you set the Hoover off, it's going to suck it up. But you literally press the button on it, or you do the app on your phone, and it just hoovers the room for you. And then that's it.
I like it.
Well, I
What about you,
don't.
Al?
I wouldn't say my Hoover, although I do enjoy it.
What's something you bought you didn't really need, but you thought, you know what, I need to be cheered up.
Oh, really? I don't know, mate. I said you've put me on the spot, but I've ordered in like booze and cigars and stupid like things, and I'm just like, why would I never do that? But I just somehow thought we were on this mad holiday, and I was like last summer, I was like to Helena, I was like, let's just buy some cigars and just sit out the back. Smoke cigars.
The thing I'd say though is, yeah, we are saying this, Nick, and about what the most extravagant cheering up thing I did. We're literally sitting here on a soda podcast where we bought hundreds of cans of juice just to cheer ourselves up, really.
Pretty
story.
much. I was thinking about myself, and I was thinking that when I bought the pizza stone,
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like £150. I know, but it's an oven. This is like £150 bit of metal that sits in your oven
Sorry, man.
to learn how to make pizzas, which I did. And then
It was a wee bit. It was a
stopped.
wee bit reckless, I think, last year, just because you couldn't go out shopping, so you were really embracing the kind of global marketplace,
Aye.
and just like grabbing stuff to keep your I think it was just to kind of keep your head up, man. Do you know what I mean?
I think that the reason I'm bringing it up is because like we've just entered March, and we're closing in on the anniversary of
A year down.
a year in the lockdown kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a lockdown special. Lockdown live.
We were going to do a lockdown special for the staying in because our year anniversary, that's the 17th of March.
Really?
I'd t-shirts and all that planned, but I had to cancel that because I just did not have time because work's kicking in because it feels like we're getting to the end of this.
Hopefully, buddy.
Yeah.
It's kind of mad to think like we've had a year of like
Just unpluggedness.
Yeah. What was the last thing you did before lockdown kicked in?
Just worked, man. Just DJ'd. And
I know the last thing.
Do you remember?
What do you mean? I remember I remember the gig. Well, I did like everything closed, but Liquid Rooms in Edinburgh didn't close because they were on this like hanging in there to see what the government was going to say. That kind of insurancy. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So I remember I just drove through Edinburgh, I think 2 weeks in a row, and like did Liquid Rooms with like 3 people in it till 3 a.m. just because they were like digging their heels in, and I was like, and the only good thing about doing it is you've seen the setup at Liquid Rooms for the DJ stuff. It's like I was just at least those 3 people. I was like miles away because even I was getting a bit like I need to just be in the house, man. That was the point where it almost felt like if you popped your head out, you wouldn't roll your window down your car in case that corona flew in, man.
I remember you driving through and phoning and just saying, I can't believe this is on tonight.
Nah.
Actually, the last 2 things that I probably did were one, me and Amy went to see the 1975.
Summer
and
sessions.
this is
that was at the Hydro.
It was at the Hydro, and it was a couple of weeks before it all shut down. And even at that point, everyone was like, we were all sitting in the crowd, and I just remember looking at the audience kind of jumping about, going mental, and I was like, this is weird. And then me and Al went to see Steve Martin. And Steve Martin's on stage cracking jokes about coronavirus.
But I feel like at that point, I had no concern about it because I went to the Hydro the night before Steve Martin to see that Kistery thing with like
that's right,
Shaggy and all that.
Before also, because it was the 12th of March, and we flew to London we were going for a security seminar on festivals and stuff like that. And when we got there, but like it was touch and go whether we were going to go at all. And we were like, no, we're going to go. And then like literally when we were in the flight on the way home, it was like, yeah, they're cancelling flights. No one's allowed to go on flights. We're like, what are we going to do? We need to go home. And it was a mad rush. People in the airport and all that trying to get flights wherever they were going. And a lot of the seminar we went for ended up being about viruses and coronavirus. Wow. But I came straight back to Glasgow and had to go finalise the Jamie Cullum gig at the auditorium. So I had to go and do the final accounts for it. Went in there, done that. And then the script, we're just playing at the Hydro. So I went over there and saw the guys that were over there. But then the following night, Lewis Capaldi played at E&G Arena and up in Aberdeen and stuff like that. But I mean, all of these gigs at that point, it was normally there's a 10% drop-off rate of gigs, people that just don't show up. But that was much bigger then. People were starting to get a wee bit worried about it, you could see. But
so what date do you deem to be the date?
Well, the 12th of March was the last day I did.
Okay. I did 17th. I DJ'd 17th of March. That's St. Pat's, right?
Yeah.
So I did that, and I was kind of like, I remember saying to Helena because she was panicking, and I was kind of like, I don't think a lot of people are going to show. And I was like, and I actually said in my head, tonight will be like the metric where I measure how concerned people are. And it was slammed, and I was like, man, the kids don't care. I was like, they're going to have to like literally. That's when I thought to myself, they're going to have to say, stay in the house. They're going to have to like lock it down. They're not just going to say, do yourselves a favor. It's going to have to become like law. So
on Paddy's Day 2020, you're DJing to 500 people in Edinburgh, and I'm in my loft doing the first ever quiz.
It's magical.
I'm like, nah, that's a shite.
I remember you saying to me, I think I might start a pub in my loft, and I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
See, with you, there's no way to really understand what that might fully entail. If you were sort of running some speakeasy, some lockdown speakeasy, you kind of are, mate, considering the stock levels of soft drinks.
Yeah.
Well, let's start.
Speaking of soft drinks,
let's start the speakeasy, the soda speakeasy.
Al, you're bringing my first one tonight.
What you got for this?
If everyone could just grab your Gunna Pink Punk Raspberry Lemonade. Boom. Let them know.
Gunna Pink Punk. I'm going
Andy, you
to
said
ping
Andy,
pong.
you said you thought this was Scottish based, but I just know it's UK based.
Yeah, I think I might have been wrong on that.
Can I just point out straight away
Sometimes people are wrong.
for the YouTubers, for everyone at home on the podcast, it says less sugar, crafted with character.
It's
And
definitely it's got a kind of
flamingo.
I feel like they're going for a Brewdog IPA type
Yeah.
thing.
The question is, how many grams of character do you want versus how many grams of sugar do you want?
It says the ping pong, this tantalizingly tongue tempter.
I've just seen that.
This tantalizingly tongue tempter was inspired by the famous Shirley Temple mocktail,
See, I messed with that.
originally created for the precocious child movie star of the same name.
Well,
But then-
obviously on a previous podcast, I debunked that, and she said,
what about the lingo in the back of this,
the
man?
alliteration. It's like a synonym.
Synonym.
Let's not get started on synonyms. But the one thing we'd say is Shirley Temple isn't a raspberry lemonade. It's not lemonade.
It's grenadine ginger ale.
Aye.
So I guess, I don't know, mate.
It says inspired.
Inspired, there you go. Songs
So-
inspired by the movie.
Do you want me to
Running
give us
Man.
a shout to what the score was for the Shirley Temple we did?
I think it was
Yeah.
low, but I liked it, so.
You did. You gave it a 3.2, Al, but it ended up with an average of 2.5.
Because I'd had it before and I was like, this is money. And even on my second taste, I was like,
Yeah.
not
Let's
so
look
good.
at 15 grams of sugar. Or
I know,
there-
this is-
thereabouts.
So Gunna, I've had a few of their other flavours. They do a cola and ginger one, and they do a mint and lemon one, which I've not had, but it sounds good. Or is it lime and mint? I'm
Off
intrigued,
the
but
bat-
I've not had
off-
this one.
Off the bat, it's very raspberry lemonade.
Not very fizzy though.
I think it smells. Dude, I'm so thirsty. I'm so looking forward to this one.
I know it's the first drink. I mean, I'm worried about maybe getting in too hard here.
Okay. Tastes like something else, doesn't it?
I'm getting a wee bit of a, like if I've put diluting juice in a lemonade.
Yeah. Have you ever put
Oh yeah, big thing.
like Robinson's in a lemonade?
Yeah,
Gangster Fanta, man.
This is this man. Gangster Fanta.
so Fanta.
There's actually a Robinson's right now. It's like raspberry and cranberry, which is very similar to this flavour.
I'll just do a quick sidebar. Let me get first sidebar out of the way.
It's all
real,
right.
real short. I don't want to linger on this. Do you know what struck me the other day?
What struck
And
you?
it's probably something to do in this country alone. Is
Yes.
You've got like juice and stuff and all this terminology. I love how we go like that. Can I get a fresh orange? Do you know what I mean? They're like, sorry, we've just got the day old stuff. It's not that fresh, but
These
it's
were picked yesterday.
everybody knows that though. Fresh orange, can I get a fresh orange lemonade?
And as soon as you say that, they reach down behind the bar and pull out a carton of Princes
Aye, can't
from concentrate.
All Andy's probably seen the white cartons. It just says orange. There's almost no other text on it.
Yep.
Where's this? A club
It's
thing?
like
It's just your basic.
Comes in a pallet.
Anyway, let's bring this back.
This may as well just say, like,
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
It's nothing exciting about it.
It says in the where Nick was reading from the back on the other side, it says battling the bland, maybe losing.
Yeah.
Right. It's less than 5% sugar, it says on it. I'll say this about it. It's very reminiscent of something like, say, one of these kind of like sparkling apple drinks, or like, the kind of thing you'd find at T-Bay.
Yeah.
This is a T-Bay drink.
That's TV,
definitely.
innit?
I mean, that's what it's like. It's quite hipstery.
By the way, T-Bay for the uninitiated is a service station.
And gourmet services.
It's the service station. On the M5, 6, M6.
That's enough of that.
Anyway, it's you need to score it though.
Yeah,
I've all scored.
I'm getting a wee bit of a ginger vibe occasionally in this, but I forgot my other point.
Here, the point is, it's nothing like a Shirley Temple. So
Not like a Shirley Temple. What's this? Why is there a bird in the front?
it's a flamingo.
A pink flamingo, right? No worries.
Got it.
Gotcha.
2.1. 2.1 from me.
That's really. This
I'd
brings
already
up.
score in, and I'd put 2.2.
Yeah, I'll give you my score and I'll give you a wee parting shot on this. Sorry. I'll probably give it. I'll probably give it a 2.1 as well. It's pretty grim. What one did you? What? Go ahead, buddy.
No, I was just gonna say it's like I'd be disappointed if like you guys went to TB and
That's what
I was in the car and you brought that back of all the good things you could get from there.
Let me just go in, Andy, and hit me with the score.
Gunna's Pink Punk Raspberry Lemonade, 2.1.
Okay, that's about
Parting shot.
What I was going to say is, we've obviously, I mean, Andy knows the stats, but we've been deep in the game here. So many drinks have been consumed, right? And obviously, you've got fizzy drinks, which is what we specialise. You've got water, sparkling water. Then you've got fresh orange type stuff, right? See if you're making a soda. See the idea of cutting sugar. It's like, don't waste my time. This is what I'm thinking.
That's one of the things I was going to say, but this doesn't taste like a less sugar drink to me. It's not. I
just feel like when they do it, when there's any mention of it being reduced sugar, which this has, like, it just, the sweetness just bottoms out. You get a hit of it and it bottoms out. Whereas when you're hitting one of those Mexican Fantas like that,
I want to hit that 45 gram score. You're
up all night. It's great, man. That's what you want.
It's like a low pass filter, isn't it?
You
just cut straight
off.
Is, yeah.
But I mean,
I wanted to pick you up on that, right? Because my sort of take on the soda game is that if you're going to make a soda, like, go all in, fucking go all in, and see if you're not, make the best sparkling flavored water. Like, there's a huge market in the UK for like La Croix or LaCroix or whatever. I'm not entirely sure which way it's said, but we don't ship it here, and it's huge in North America.
You do get it here?
Where? You don't see the shops.
It's had it for a wee while.
No, never. They have all these different versions, but they don't have the one.
At one point. I
promise you, if you go to search it on
I don't think they stock it in some of the schemier areas, though, mate.
Alan, I'm talking right over me. We swear we'd be better than this.
You've made that worse there. See, by chiming in with that tone, you've made that worse.
Alan, I was going to say, if you Google it, you're going to get taken to some American site and it's going to cost you a bomb to get a hold of.
I guarantee you can get it in Sainsbury's. You take a picture of yourself in a Sainsbury's holding a La Croix
and a copy of today's newspaper,
and the shelf behind you filled with it. I don't even care if you like stage this. I'll just be happy you staged it. But I promise you won't. Anyway, as a seasoned La Croix drinker, we could be doing more types of that kind of thing in the UK. Seeing as White Claw is such a big thing now in the alcohol side of things. But the point is, if you're going to make a soda, make a fucking soda. Don't shake out of it.
Yeah, I just prefer it. I would honestly prefer that. It's kind of like desserts and stuff. It's like, if you're making a cheesecake, just make it ridiculously decadent. Just make it so it's going to end me. Like, I know what I signed up for. Yeah. If not, I'll get a Diet Coke. I'll be jamming.
Do you remember your story you told me about Diet Cokes and Cokes?
Which ones?
That board that you're sitting in, like a pure boardroom thing. It was like to do a club. You were like, you were talking about, was it Carbon?
Diet Cokes and Cokes?
And the guy was like, Diet Cokes for fat people.
Oh no, that was like a stupid man. He's like, there's this pure ridiculously pure fit guy working at the club, man. Just a pure PT guy. And he was just like drinking a full fat Coke, and somebody chimed in and was like, yo, what are you drinking that for? And he just went, Diet Cokes for fat people, mate. He was just like, as if like, I drink this.
Just straight up.
And I just looked at my situation and went, he drinks Coke and he looks like that, and I drink Diet Coke and I look this. It's not that not either one is making us fat or skinny. It's completely irrelevant here.
But the philosophy's got to be respected in some sense.
Just before we move on to anything else, a big way to Gunna, because that was our 69th drink.
Hey.
Lads.
We just 69'd a Pink Flamingo. Oh, actually, a Pink Flamingo sounds like another version of...
It's like Flamingo?
That'll do.
We started kind of talking a wee bit about
shoes
and stuff there. Did you see the story on Nike about the Nike North American general manager?
This is amazing.
Is it Nike or Nike?
Oh,
Nike.
It is Nike. There's no doubt.
I say Nike, yeah.
That is Nike.
So what do you say usually?
Nike all the time. It's just habit, but it is Nike.
Nike. Okay, right, go. What about it? I don't know anything about this.
So,
You'll love this.
general manager of Nike North America.
Yes.
She's there for 25 years. She's on
no.
$12 million a year.
Whoa. She's the man. What did she do?
She's the general manager of Nike North America. I don't know.
Oh, okay, right, okay. I just thought you meant it like she just. Okay,
She's an executive. She's an executive.
Okay,
She doesn't manage like that an outlet. She's
on 12.
a boss man.
She's on 12 mil. Right, okay, got it.
She's like high level.
She was on 12 mil.
She's corporate.
So her son does an interview with Bloomberg because her son has started a resale business where he's got all of these limited edition shoes, hundreds of them, like the Bel Air 5 Jordans, ridiculously hard to get hold of. He had 500 pairs, or was it 1,500 pairs?
They said it was over $100,000 worth of shoes that he was trying to flip.
Wage is a kid.
20.
Yeah.
All right.
He found 3 pairs of Nike mags.
Yeah.
He used his mum's Nike credit card to buy £132,000 of Yeezys, and was using his mum's employee discount.
Nike Yeezys though. No. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
he
actually just had to buy the Adidas Yeezys, but
on a Nike card.
He used his mum's access and her staff discount to buy all of these. They estimated over $2 million worth of stock when this. So basically, he did the interview with Bloomberg. They were talking to him about his resale business because he was just like popping up off on Instagram. Like everybody's, oh my God, this West Coast Joe, he's the man. If you want anything, you go to him. He had all these photos with like fucking 10-foot high walls of sneakers, just of every size, style, the lot that you'd want. So Bloomberg did an interview on him because it was so big. I mean, he did an interview. So how'd you get it? He's like, my mum works for Nike, and then he dropped her name. He dropped her name, and then that was it. Like he texted them straight after the interview. He's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said my mum's name. Don't print that." They were like, "Fuck you!" Printed it. His mum's.
Oh my God.
The lot. Just wild.
That's insane. I mean, but like, do you know what? Karma. Like, fuck you. You were taking advantage of the situation.
And it's beyond taking advantage. I mean, I know how difficult it is to buy a pair of limited edition shoes at the moment, and like, but I see friends who are like got good friends that own or run their own kind of tier 0 small stores, maybe getting backdoored a pair here or there. But this was like on a industrial scale. The guy had a warehouse in Portland.
That's crazy. Do you remember? Do you remember we went to
your mum makes 12 million. Why do you need to do that?
Yeah, crazy.
Obviously, like a privileged child. Like
she knew though. Like, why are you letting him do that? Surely, like you know how much Nike are trying to.
I know, but maybe she's like so busy, she's not even paying attention.
She's like,
Mom, can I sell my shoes? She's like, David,
the other crazy thing was like a lot of Nike employees actually followed his Instagram page and stuff like that.
I know wonder, man. They probably still want to get see if they can get a steal.
But it seemed like such a wee wank, the kind of guy that called his mum by her first name kind of thing. Like, just
have you ever called your mum by her first name?
I mean, not like in a serious manner.
Yeah, not to be disrespectful.
No, but when would you, as a kid, throw out the first name?
Oh, never to my mum. No.
I'll tell you when I would. See if you're in the swimming and you've lost her. And you shout, and you were to shout, "Mum!" You'd be like, "There's no way I'm finding it. I'm going to find everybody's mum." So that's when I'd bring out the Shona.
Maybe, but I'm not going. Nan, where the fuck's my Jordan 5s? I'm not doing that.
Do you remember that time you told me how that you queued up to get a pair of Jordans in Glasgow, and decided that you were going to treat yourself to a hot chocolate because you were there so early, and came back, and you were like back in the queue by the time you got your hot chocolate?
By the time I get back, there was by the time I get back, there was exactly enough people in front of me to take my size. Because it was like basically usual
size run.
It was a full size run.
How was the hot chocolate?
It was. I mean, it was tragic. But what actually happened was, so I still caught 2 pairs, just not my size, and it was really one of those times where I was like, I can flip these, you know what I mean? But it was just, I still couldn't find my size, couldn't find anyone to do a size swap. And I was so angry. I was just like, I just want to wear these shoes, man. Like,
was the guy in front of you the guy who got your size?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Sometimes when I think about this story, I like to think that the guy in front of you turned around and looked at your feet and went,
It's just a
7.
What's funny is when I came out of the shop, I had 2 pairs, and people that were behind me in the queue were like, "Yo, you want to sell these?" And I was like, "Aye." And they were like, "How much?" And I was like, "I don't know, 600 per pair." And they were like, "No, like they were looking like for me just for retail or something." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's going on here, man?" Like,
Nick, you were asking us a question that I was away fixing something. I heard you ask a question about shoes earlier, and I think it's a good debate.
Oh, I was going to ask the question: do you guys wear shoes in the house? Let me preface why I'm asking this. On another podcast, celebrity chef Dave Chang has podcast.
Oh, yeah.
The three guys on that show were talking. They're all Asian Americans. Dave Chang's from Korea, I believe, South Korea, or his family are. Anyway, the point is they were saying that in Asian households, wearing your shoes indoors, like we've seen, but like in sort of Japanese culture and stuff, is like just a pure no-go. It's just not done. It's bad manners. But do you wear shoes in your house? Because they were kind of making the joke that it's a white person thing. And I definitely, until recently, have been wearing shoes always in the house. But more recently, I've been like, well, maybe they've got a point.
I've since I had my own house, I've never worn shoes. Probably did when I was younger, but I don't wear shoes in the house.
I'm not adverse to wearing shoes in the house. So
Are you wearing shoes right now?
I'm wearing my slides, baby.
What are you wearing? What's on deck?
That's my move now. Just the Benassi, just the Nikes, man, the OG Benassis. But so I'm nowadays I'm slides in the house. That's my house shoes, man. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not adverse to having my trainers on. I've got downstairs my house all flooring, upstairs is all carpet. So the carpet, the stairs is the boundary. Stairs is carpet. So I wouldn't really run upstairs with my shoes on. But I don't really drill it into people. I would actually, Helena was saying, I wish people would take their shoes off in case they drag anything in their shoes that the dog would eat. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, we should get a piece of art done, like some nice typefaces, something bold to go right inside the door that just says, take off your fucking shoes. So people go, oh, look at that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's slightly functional as well. So take off your fucking shoes. But I remember being in Norway one of the first times I went, first or second time, went to the club, and we went back to some guy's place after, and for like a pure after drink thing. And I walked in, didn't take my shoes off, and a dude screamed at me in Norwegian. He was already there, so he didn't know I was like the guest of honor, if you know what I mean. I was the out of towner guy, and this guy was like, bah, da, 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 da.
He screamed at you.
And then the rest of them were all like, yo, your shoes. And I was like, what about them, man? And they were like, take them off. And I was just like, fucking, that was like, chill, man. Like,
that's,
you know what I mean? But it is just really bad manners. And what you'll notice, maybe, I don't know if you've noticed any time we've been there, Nick, but like a lot of Norwegian houses have that long, what do you call that? The shoehorn.
Oh, yeah.
They have one of them at the door so people can... Actually, when I went to Norway for that Norway Day thing with Seb and that, and I had to wear the suit, so I was like suited, and my suit was like tailored so I could do the no socks loafers. Right, I had my loafers on, and so I just had those I had these like loafer socks that I got from Mr. Porter, which is basically like the least amount of sock a man can wear, but it looks ridiculous without the shoe on. And then I get in there, I'm like, oh no, I need to take these off, man. I'm just walking about like a wee ballerina guy or something, man. Do you know what I mean? It was tragic. My only other option was to just let the pure dogs out. You know what I mean? I just walked about with my pure
loafer socks,
slinky socks on, man.
Oh man, that's embarrassing.
At home, I'm like a tent mules slippers vibe, or like the Nike Air Mocs, which is effectively the same thing but with a hard sole.
I rock the leather mock at home now.
You guys had to come up on the mocks over at the outlet.
Yeah.
But I was going to say is the other thing on the podcast these guys were saying was that they have multiple pairs of slippers for guests.
Guest slippers. I thought about doing that as well.
So when people
come in the house, there's like a full size run of guest slippers.
We could probably go on and buy like the equivalent of like hotel slippers.
Yeah.
Off like Amazon or eBay or something. This one here over my shoulder is the Stussy Benassi slides. But I have no them yet because the white one, yeah. But I have no. But the slides is my move because. But
are you saving them for a special occasion?
No, because the dog is like again like they just pure chewing the shit out of everything, man. I don't want to have to like. I don't have to get fresh with them. Do you know what I mean? If you choose something of value, so
10 pairs of hotel slippers, £9 on Amazon.
You doing it? It'd be more baller for you if you got 10 pairs of those tent shoes that you're walking about.
Tell you be baller.
What?
If you got
just
hotel
have a
slippers,
separate house,
custom embroidery, like your logo on it.
A wee coat of arms for the house on.
A wee monogram or something. That'd be dope, man.
Yeah,
the Dabble dogs,
mate. First bit of merch. 5-star soda slippers, man.
Like the Mahaki ones, where it's like multiple, like it's like a house shoe and an outdoor. Have you seen these?
Mojave,
the hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like a slipper with an outdoor sole that you can like kick off.
Yeah.
Drop in the comments. Do you want the 5-star soda slippers? The shiny slippers.
Slides would be a vibe.
That would be man.
The shiny slides.
Shiny slides, man.
Mate, honestly,
a couple of pairs of shinies, man.
Honestly, man, I'm really gonna start looking into the soda like merch game, as in like other brands. I want to seek out some heaters, man.
You know how you get like these like old band t-shirts? Maybe we should just rock all our merch should just be like almost like vintage variations of soda. Like,
well, do you know who is big into that?
Craig Neal. Yep.
Craig Neal's.
He came up with a Lee denim shirt with the New Jersey Devils logo on it. And then Festive Vibes, he had this vintage Grinch t-shirt.
Yeah. Anytime we went to America, he'd dig out a vintage t-shirt shop. Would go diving in that.
That guy can make a dish rag look good, man. He's ripped.
He's got that frame. But see, the thing is, you're right, man. I think I might do a wee bit of a scour and see if there's like what it takes to get, that a Fago polo shirt. Do you know what I need? Consider Fago Detroit. Shirt. I need like a Carhartt. With how you can find Carhartts in vintage shops, but it has a company's name embroidered. Yeah. I need a guy that was like bottling or canning with Fago.
Fago bottling company Carhartt.
What is your deal with Fago? We have reviewed 2 Fagos and slated them.
One Fago.
We've only done one Fago.
We slated it though.
It was bad though.
It's coming back, man.
So wait a minute, how have you been dipping in Fago outside of the show?
I'm dipping in everything, man. Don't worry about that.
I dipped into the Fago as well after Al's recommendation.
And
hey, go to bring it on the show.
Yeah.
I'm bringing someone on the show then, right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. What'd you have?
Bring out the chubby slimline.
Oof. The heavyweight slinky, man.
It's the Fanta Shokata.
I do a couple of different ones for the take the stills.
My Shokata.
All right.
I want to say that the Fanta Shokata, the way I'm saying it, I kind of want it to be like I don't know, like Japanese, but it's not. It's from Eastern Europe, as far as I know. And at the back it says Fanta Polska.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, so we were discussing where it was from. It's definitely Polish. This can.
It's the Fanta Poland. Anyway, as far as I'm led to believe, from looking at it, it looks like some flowers and some orange. But from deep diving, it is meant to be lemon and elderflower.
I mean, that's still orange that's on that can, but is that just because that's just what Fanta do? It's always
might
be
just
orange?
be the colour of lemons in Poland. Who knows?
But I mean, I wonder if you went and looked at a Fanta lemon can, would the fruit still be an orange on that?
No, I think it's a lemon. I think it is, man. Because the grape ones, they get 22 grams of goodness, guys.
Yeah. Note the very small ring pull. A tiny ring pull.
Oh, that is flowery.
First injury.
That is flowery.
Floral.
It smells like something else. Tastes like something else. It tastes like another drink from my childhood.
Hoofed. That is funky, man.
I like it. I like this.
So it's weird. I can't put my finger on it at all.
It's quite unique.
There's no. Oh wait. You ever had the cocktail liqueur kind of thing? Saint Germain.
Who's your man?
Saint Germain. Saint Germain. Saint Germain.
No, it's Saint Germain. What is Saint Germain?
It's an elderflower liqueur that you mix with traditionally a fizzy wine.
Okay.
And usually decorate with a little bit of lemon rind. And I think this is not far off that, man.
I'm not mad at this.
I fucking like this, man. Heavy like this.
It's different, isn't it?
I mean, if this was in a glass bottle, I'd be losing my shit right now, I think. But I actually respect the chubby slimly. It's like, this is doling out 330 mils in a tall can.
So what's it? It's called, I need that Fanta Shokata Mexican edition. Hit me with that cane sugar.
Double the sugar content and maybe we'll talk.
Well, I mean, I'm going to...
Oh, no, man. Sugar content's not bad. We're looking at like...
24 karat magic.
22 grams for...
But see an A&W cream soda, it's 45 grams of sugar in a can.
I know, but you're getting a lot of flavouring in this.
But you're also saying there's 22 grams in that. There's 15 grams in the Gunna. It's not that much more.
But the Gunna's doing that for me.
Small can, though. No, what's this? A 3... It's a 330, aye.
Same content. This is just posturing to the Gunna.
Aye.
I dig this. I heavy dig this. It's not that it's a mild. It's actually more in the elderflower flavouring, but like not too heavy. And it's not. There's not a pure lemon kickback. It's not like when you hit a lemon sandpel and you're like, oh, lemon.
Do you know what it is? It's charming.
That is charming.
That's what it is. It's very charming.
It's a Jan Blakowski. Is that his name? It's a Joanna Jędrzejczyk. The Joanna Jędrzejczyk of Fantas.
Jan Blakowski versus Israel Adesanya.
I still really can't make up my mind.
Adesanya.
I'm enjoying it. I like it.
I dig it, man.
It's a hell.
By the way, when did we just here's a sidebar. Fraser Yuri.
Oh, let's bring that. Let's leave that sidebar till we score this.
No, this is a smaller sidebar. We can go into the bigger sidebar on Fraz. But like he in his letter to us about the sidebar we can have after this, he said two phrases: hitter and trash. And I don't remember who said hitter.
I think it's both my cats.
That's Al. That's Al that said that.
He said hitter. Right, okay.
I said hitter there, but I knew what I was doing. But it does sound like something I would say.
Anyway,
I'll come in and score this. 3.1. It's okay. I'd say go check it out, but it's not blowing me away.
I'm going to go 3.3. It's good. I like it. It's not up there in the upper echelons of just sweet goodness, but it's interesting. It's a solid recommendation, and it's up. It's a very solid recommendation for me.
I was thinking like 3.4. So yeah, I was talking about that. 3.4. Go get this, man. If you see Fanta Shokata, don't be scared. Just go in, grab yourself a can, and enjoy the good times. In fact,
I mean, it's one of those ones that I would probably have thought, I'm going to hate this. This is going to be crap. But it's not. It's not bad. It's of the Fanta world, it's up there.
It's more refined.
Name a
weirdly, everything else Fanta tastes really artificial and too strong, whereas Fanta Shokata, pretty decent, understated, quite nice. 3.3.
Yeah, I'm glad I've tried this. This is one of these ones where if somebody's like, what is this? And I'm just like, that's...
Can I just say, we were putting this off for weeks.
Yeah, because that's been on the shelf for
weeks.
Forward to having it.
I'd kind of always been saying I want to try it because the can just, a blue Fanta can isn't something you see very often, so I was kind of just like, please, let me try this.
And it's one of the ones that you can see though, like see if you find like a good Premier stores or something like that that's got a lot of weird ones. It's one that you'll find quite often. I think probably because it's that Eastern European vibe, you find it in some of the better ones.
Talk about our friend Frajuri.
Yeah, so you mentioned Frajuri there. So Fraser, good friend of the podcast, enjoys listening, enjoys seeing what we've got going on. Fraser lives in Norway. Good Paisley boy, but he now lives in Norway. I got a text this morning.
He's the Jerry Butler of Norway.
I got a text this morning and it was like, your fourth parcel will arrive today between 2:30 and 3. And I'm like, fuck, what have I bought? I forgot what I've bought. Jenny's going to kill me. What have I bought? And then she phones me and says, it feels like drinks. And I was like, I didn't order any more drinks. Gets home. In fact, she phones me. I was like, just open it. She says, there's some stickers on the top of it. She has a wee letter. And she read the letter out. And Fraser, he'd sent us a lovely wee letter explaining what he'd done. And it said, in Oslo, this little bespoke craft soda maker, and he sent us some 3 flavours of each of them. It looks unreal. I can't wait to taste it.
That's a real G move from him, man. I'm so excited for these ones.
I mean, they look amazing. The bottles, the design, everything about them looks class. The cola looks unreal. As soon as I see a cola that I've never had before, I've never heard, I'm like, I need in that.
Especially when you hear it was made by a crafty Norwegian.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be good.
The best part about it is that none of us can read Norwegian, so if it says less sugar on it, we won't know.
Hey, man.
There's no chance that's going to be less sugar.
Read Norwegian in my sleep.
So we're looking forward to getting that on. We even spoke to Fraser about if he's back home, we'll get him on as a guest. Maybe even he can bring one of his other Norwegian sodas. So big shout out to Fraser Uri for sending us them.
Some man. Cheers, Frizz.
It's all love, man.
Can't wait to get them on. Can't wait to taste them. What else were we talking about?
Man, we've always spoke about shoes.
Shoe-centric, baby.
We touched on resellers, and we touched on the guy at Nike, and we touched on actually I'd sold some stuff on StockX. Where'd you stand on it? Like people just going to buy stuff just to resell it at a higher price?
Do you know what? Well, to take a line from the complex, not a full-size run-on complex, the guy always asks every guest is, you have a resale sneakers? Some of the big celebrities that probably have the hookups and just taking to air them out and see if they fess up, but you've resold, Andy? Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you know, not deliberately. I haven't ever went out just to resell, but I have resold shoes. I'm like, this cost me £100 and now somebody's offering me £1,000. There's no chance I'm turning that down.
But when you bought it, you're like, if I end up getting stuck with this, I'll rock it. Yeah. I'd probably say I'm the same. Do you know what? I flipped something over lockdown because I thought, do you know what? Just it's easy cake.
That's a lie. The first Yeezy Zebras that came out, I managed to snag 2 pairs and sold them straight away.
You guys have resold
the one you had the Travis Lows. No, you had the Dunks.
Yeah, the Travis Dunks. Yeah, I've still got them. They're on StockX just now.
I had the highs, the Jordan 1 highs and I flipped them just because I was like,
that's crazy money though.
It's just money for nothing, and I understand like people are like, oh, but some people really wanted to get them that day and wear them and like get them for retail. But do you know what, mate? I've been stung at things I wanted, and seeing all I see with that shoe, I just personally I got it and I was like, I saw it in hand and I was like, yeah, it looks cool. But I actually just thought making this swoosh giant and putting it backwards was like. It was grotesque. I wasn't even.
The thing about the Travis Dunks that I've got, I love them. Paisley pattern on them. Love a Paisley pattern. Think they look great. I would love to wear them. But the day they were released, I managed to grab a pair, and the price of resale was £1,300. It cost me £90. I'm not an idiot.
Dunks super cheap, man. Yeah,
and it was the same as the Jordan. The Off-White Jordan 1, sorry, I won them in a raffle. $11 it cost me. I won them the same day they arrived at my house. Or I picked them up from Parcel Force. I took them to a sneaker event and sold them for £1,400. They're now worth $3,500, but still.
But do you know what I always think is like, you're kind of right, Andy, in the sense you're saying I'm not stupid, but it's like, see if you depends how you came up in the game. Like if you know how hard it is to make $50 doing other things. I remember I'd went to it was back in the day. I'd went to the gym and I came out and I went to see my dad, and that's when I just hit Sneakers app, and it was like those Travis ones, and it was like got them, and I was like to my dad, I was like, cake, man. I was like, I just literally made like $1,000.
Yeah.
This morning for doing none, for just waking up early. My dad was like, I don't understand. He was just like, what? And then my dad literally he goes, so just like register one here, like delivery address, get me a sneakers. That my whole place like, I'll just hit up at 8 a.m. and just hit for the ones you want. And honestly, I mean, you know as well as I do, it's kind of the name of the game, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if as long as you the problem is with the sneakers is like when you actually want something, that's when the L bums you out.
Yeah.
Resellers are just going like, yo, that might flip. The other thing as well, say you can flip a shoe and you make $50 on it, right? And people are like, oh, it's not worth my time. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But what do you mean? What do you mean your time? You get up at 8 a.m. and you throw your name in the ring. If it comes back, mate, I literally put the thing in a box and the UPS is in the shop across the road. If I'm StockXing it, it's like it's just a no-brainer. Like it's and I understand guys scaling that up and saying like,
I'm going to get 15 pairs of that shoe.
It just I don't really care because honestly, although I've been bummed out by shoes selling out too quickly, it's like, mate, a hustle's a hustle, man. Do you know what I mean? And so fuck, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It's like you can easily go out and get yourself a shoe like that's clean and you could get it without any problems. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's no shoes. So
yeah, it's weird. Like it's the resale stuff isn't just in shoes anymore. Like, see you on StockX, there's the graphics chips, the graphics cards for computers are on there right now because they're so hard to get hold of.
It's mad.
It's mad.
Don't you think there's a moral issue though around all this?
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about sweatshops?
No, I'm just thinking like, well, if you look at the people that win,
I've nearly finished this.
it's the brand. Like the brand wins because it's their name that gets like banded about and the values attached to it. And you have like brand rankings on websites like Hypebeast and stuff. But like, if you think it this way, right? If you really want a shoe because it looks good and it is designed to be worn, it's not designed to be put on a shelf. It's not designed to stay in a box. It's literally designed to be tread on. And you can't get that. And like, because, I mean, we all know what, like, we've all watched documentaries about like people being mugged for their Jordans and stuff like that. And it's like, it creates like such a weird, like, I don't know, this is why I don't really like, not really into the resale of anything. Even when it comes to like, obviously value can be attributed to art and now that is some like street art is now sort of like taking over that kind of like you look at these things like Banksy can draw on a wall and then you've got people like try to break the wall down, they put it in like an installation somewhere. And morally it just seems weird that like all these like, and especially when it's like young kids now using their mum's credit cards to buy a pair of shoes that they don't even wear.
But it does kind of fall towards an art bracket because there's loads of art collectors that have art stored away, not on public display, not even on display in their home. Just what was it?
I mean, well, like just on that same tip though, like Travis Scott had a fucking McDonald's campaign.
Yeah, but his
big thing was like, I want the Travis Scott meal when you turn up and it's a fucking quarter pounder with barbecue sauce and chips and a Sprite,
like magnified up. Like from the jump, from day one, people have been like, "Oh, Nike's really good," because they just made you feel like you were buying something a wee bit more than a shoe. Now that's just, it just went through the roof. Wait a minute, what I was going to say was, what was that thing you told me to watch? That Pretend It's a City with Fran
Lebowitz.
Was it on that they were talking about? When they like auction off a painting, like a Van Gogh or a Monet or something.
Yeah.
When they say, "Oh, it's sold for $3 million," everyone applauds, but no one applauds when the painting is first brought out. Like, and everyone sees the art. It's like the spectacle is like how much it's sold for.
The value is now the spectacle. The value is now the art,
rather than
what
like
it goes for.
Like someone having a painting and like every time someone looks at it, like they cry, or do you know what I mean? Like crazy stuff in the Vatican where people just they're like humbled by standing in front of pieces of art and shit like that. So the sneaker game just went crazy. But it's
not art.
It's like, no, I'd say it is art because
you think it's art.
Aye, fashion's art.
No, like they're never getting like you can't. Not everything can be art.
I don't do
Like
that.
these shoes. These shoes weren't designed to be art. They were designed to be worn.
They were designed by designers, so it's like there's a difference between a shoe that looks trash, that is trash, and the form is horrible, the proportions are horrible, the colors are horrible, and then something.
Like the Adidas ones that are literally like actual clown shoes. There's a baguette attached to the toe, and
Whereas
I've seen them.
look at like Tinker Hatfield's like, you know, running order, and you're just like, this guy's he's better. He gets it. Obviously, the crazy thing about that
That
is
is actually subjective to your taste and your collective taste with like the people. Like I don't think these things are, and this is my opinion, but like I don't think like this is a bold claim, right? But like I don't think it's art if you can wear it.
that seems crazy.
Because I attribute like art to have an emotion behind it. Where's the emotion in a pair of trainers?
But that again, you saying I attribute art to having emotion. That's see
This
when
is art is subjective. It's like
yeah, of course. But when you think
I'm not waxing lyrical here. It's just like an opinion. But
art through all different mediums, like that, I think if you're going to write off shoe design or the clothing design, there's quite a lot of other things you have to write off, which clearly are art. Like, man, how do we've really came full circle, man.
Mad, can't believe that we started this. So
I wonder what's coming out on the new PlayStation. Now, let me tell you about art.
was that a dig?
No, I'm just saying, like, this is how good this podcast is.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a difference between going and standing in front of like one of the great Monet paintings, and then like sidestepping to the next gallery and having like a shoe,
Okay, here's something that I will say.
a jacket.
I think that the market now for trainers, right, is very different because it is almost like a stock exchange. Kids buy things and they just buy them, and this is where the idea of hype comes in, and hype exists in the art world as well. People buying paintings, storing it away. Now, when I see certain shoes, and a lot of people globally will obviously think the same on certain shoes. A Jordan 1, yes, it's attached to Jordan, but from a shape point of view, from some of the colours that it's visually like pleasing. Like it's like it looks right. Like,
and see if you take it off the
shoes, like
if you
clogs, man. We can't just all wear clogs, Nick, if that's what you're saying.
take the Jordan 1 off of his foot and put it in a frame. Is it art now?
No.
Well, if something's in a frame, it's art, Andy. That's what. If it's in a frame, it's art. That's the easiest way to know if you're looking at art.
No, I don't think I'm ever going to agree with you that you can
Here's
just
one
say
for you.
it's not art.
See what we're doing? Is this art?
No.
Just saying.
Do you know what's art? My next drink is art.
It better
So-
be.
I did a shopping trip online to a wee Chinese supermarket, and I just grabbed some stuff that I never heard of. As long as it was carbonated, I knew it counted. And there was some pineapple soda. I love a pineapple soda. And this is what arrived.
Oh my God, your hand looks huge, Andy.
The
Look at his big
tiny
hand.
Topci. What are we going with here, guys?
I think Topsy's.
I was thinking Topci
Topci. And that's another option.
or Top.
Is that art?
Topci.
Is this art?
No, it's definitely not art.
So
I like the design of it though. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of
yeah, I mean, I love the wee it's like a mixer can almost. Like
flavor.
it is. There's art on that.
I would say it's like a mixer can. Yeah,
like
it's the first one we've had. These. First one we've
Korean
had.
though, Korean, not from China. So this is Korean. I mean, this is the first time we've ever had a mini can on here.
There's the Fanta for scale.
170 mil.
It's $1.70 mil.
No, it doesn't seem like be a huge amount of sugar. 10 grams per 100 ml.
17 grams of sugar in the whole can.
It's not a lot, man.
It's more than Fanta.
interesting.
It's a tiny can.
Is it
Is it art?
conceivable Well, maybe it'd be about 30 grams if it was a full size can. So that's up there.
Yeah, it would be 33 grams, which is more than the Fanta, no doubt about that.
Here we go. Oh, pineapple soda. We've done pineapple before.
We've had a good Fanta, Mexican Fanta pineapple.
That's definitely pineapple. No mistake.
Let me. Here's a quick intro to pineapple juice, fresh pineapple. I used to be in an 80s band, and Bomb Drop. And mine and Debbie, who was in the band as well, our post-show drink was like a pint of pineapple juice. That was just a pure thing that we would
do. Like from concentrate
and ice. It was just like, see, after you just sweated and played for like 2 hours in a fucking bowling club, it was like the one, man.
Are you aware that Andy aired you out as an 80s man rockstar today?
Yeah, I am.
Good stuff.
Well, I actually don't know the extent of what he said.
I'll put the picture up.
Tonto.
No, you never.
I did.
Go back to the comments.
I did put the picture up.
Why?
Just cause. Why would I not do it?
But why are you trying to embarrass me?
I'm not trying to embarrass you. It's a cool picture, mate.
It's not a cool picture. It's
mate. Look how cool that picture is.
It's not even in focus. There I'm there on the left. Caught in a shape. It's the most embarrassing photograph I've ever taken in my life.
Back on to this. I'm into it.
That's cool. It's decent. It's not without its charm.
It's got an 80s taste to it. It's a wee bit kind of bit like bitter at the end, no?
But then with pineapples kind of like that.
If you eat the rind.
But see, the one thing, like, to me, if you hear pineapple, the first thing that's coming to your mind is the Bars pineapple, which is really like artificial, not that nice.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind. The word pineapple, and you straight up think Bars pineapple.
If you're saying a pineapple soda, that'd be a Bars pineapple. That'd be the first thing that comes to my mind.
I love on the ingredients. It says synthetic fragrance, pineapple flavor. A whiff.
It's got a whiff of pineapple. I think it's okay.
How do you feel about the 170ml? Like, do you think
it seems like a mixer?
I mean, not that's probably enough of that. But 170ml is not enough.
No, definitely. But obviously we've had certain drinks where we talk about the one and done or something being a bit funky, but sometimes maybe if you just at 170, it'd be a bit more like manageable.
It looks ridiculous though.
You can't. You're not sitting in the club, man, like that.
Getting into the club and getting up and ask for 15 of them.
I could see people. I could see people mixing this with vodka.
Do you know what? Actually,
no bother.
Just on that, but in the club, maybe like a long shot served in the wee mini cans like that.
Yeah.
A shot?
No, not like a long shot. I mean, like a long shot that'd be like a
shot of Jaeger and then that much Red Bull. Just in a can like that. Easy sausage water, man.
Whoa! What?
You know about the sausage water?
No.
Sausage water is like so. Obviously, I'll go on with this, but I brought Jaeger bombs to this country.
No, you never.
Right. This is one of these things where someone in your school makes an outrageous claim, right? So I can't remember the first time I went to Norway, what year it was, but it was a long time ago. And when I get there, they were like, "What do you want to drink?" I was like, "What are you having?" They said, "Well, I'm having a sausage water." And I'm like, "What's the sausage water?" And they were like, "It's Jägermeister and then Battery, which is their Red Bull, because at that point in Norway, you can buy Red Bull."
Aye.
It was like outlawed in true Norwegian fashion.
Is it not still outlawed there to sell it with alcohol?
With alcohol, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So it was like Jägermeister and then Battery, and you put it in and you pour it long, not like a shot. You pour it long, and it looks like when you take the hot dogs out of the jar. So, and it's money. It's so good, and actually, like, if you get Battery when you're out there and do it, but see at that point, Jaeger was like a dusty ball on a shelf.
Yeah,
and when I came back, I was doing Common on a Friday night with Roy. I was like to Roy, man, this is a move. And we started drinking Jägermeister and Red Bull. And then I basically, from there, I invented Jaeger bombs.
See, I remember the first time I ever had it was a pink aftershock in Red Bull, and I remember that and was like, "That's dynamite. That's two things that I would never drink, and now you make me want to drink them." And
Can I ask that? Isn't traditionally a Jaeger bomb meant to be when you drop the shot into another drink?
That's the bomb bit.
That's the bomb, but it's the Jaeger's dropped into the Red Bull.
Is it always energy drink? Is that always the case, or is a Jaeger bomb just like?
Yeah, you need the bomb part applies to a bunch of different shots of that nature.
Aye, you like Skittle bomb and all of that nonsense.
But always Red Bull.
Well, not really. A lot of places would substitute whatever their bootleg Red Bull is, but
Never like beer or something.
No, I mean there's a few different things I've heard of them. Like, is it a Dr Pepper where you drop something into a beer and it makes it taste like a Dr Pepper?
I can't remember what the shot is. We used to get Mosquito, and Mosquito. That's a whitey for me though, because it's so fizzy and you're expected. I can shot a shot, but I don't want to try and like see guys that like. Seems you guys like can do a full pint of beer or something.
Yeah,
just like what's going on?
We have tangented quite a bit. We're still mid-review here.
But that's definitely isn't a pint. There's your comeback.
I'll come straight in singing since I brought this. I'm going 2.8.
I thought you'd go higher. Yeah, I think it's basic, but worth. I'll go 2.9.
It's like for me, it's 2.3.
It's not like it's not bad. It's not like it's really not doing anything special, but it's like it's non-offensive.
I think, to be honest, I would normally have went higher on that, but then I kind of caught a wee glimpse of what I gave Fanta Shokata, and I was like, no, I liked Fanta Shokata better, so I had to come down a bit. But that gives Topci or Topci, whatever we want to call it, pineapple flavour, a 2.7.
Fair play, man.
That's kind of high, man, isn't it?
Not really, man. I mean, no one disliked it. It's
finishing higher than Gunna so far. So
I mean, I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah.
I kind of, when we talk about the 3.0 being like the threshold for recommendation, like if somebody asked me to recommend them a few things, I'm not going to tell them to go and get that.
Yeah. Weirdly,
that's based on your score, but I guess like the thing to get across about the 3.0 being the sort of like hallowed ground for reviews is because that means collectively we've all said this is a 3 out of 5.
Go. 3 is the threshold for going to get it.
Like I'm saying, collectively saying this is a 2.7 is like we're saying go get it, but don't rush. Take your time.
Finishes the exact same score as a Tropicana. Not Tropicana, sorry, Orangina. Orangina.
I had someone ask us if we'd done Orangina, and I'd said yes. You also listen to the podcast, and they were like, they were like, oh, it's like God level. I was like, God level? What religion are you a part of? That
People
is God
like that have never had real soda.
Nah,
they've never had it.
You're living in your dreamland.
They're living in Asda.
It's a lucid dream. They're back in French class.
David Coke, Pepsi, Tango, Fanta, Sprite, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think people think a soda night out is like wild cherry Pepsi or something.
This is not what's going on here. This is
the first big name on our leaderboard is in 16th place, and it's 7-Up Mojito. So it's not even a standard that you're going to be able to walk into a shop and get anywhere.
What's wrong about the threes? Like a bang on 3.0. What is the borderline into the promised land?
Yeah, I'm just going to say for a fact, in threes, there is nothing that you could walk in to Asda and pick up off a shelf. Nothing. 3 above.
What is the 3.0?
A 3.0, you've got 2 drinks. You've got Welsh's grape soda, which is a standard in America. You'd be able to get that in most places. Or Miranda strawberry.
These are like
specialists.
They're gatekeepers. You need to get past them.
Yeah. I mean, do you want a quick run through of what a 3 and above are?
If you've got time, eh?
Well, there's not that many. The OKF watermelon, which you guys were big fans of.
Yeah,
Big Red. So Arctic Ocean orange soda.
I remember that.
Barks root beer. Virgil's Black Cherry. To be fair, you'd maybe pick that. That's maybe one of the easiest to get hold of. Terva.
I slated that shit, man.
Bring it back. That was Jenko's episode.
Yeah, that was great. I loved Materva. 7 Up My Heel, Fresco Lita.
What's Fresco Lita?
Cream Soda.
Oh, Fresco Lita is good, actually.
Yeah, now you're getting it. Now you're getting into absolute.
Now you're getting it. So when we hit, if I say 3.5 and above, that's God tier. That is God tier.
You're getting in a pound for pound.
Yeah.
Right.
So at that point, you're going 7 Up Mojito, Frescolita, A&W, Limca, Shani, IBC, Club Orange, Uludag, Fruity Extra, the one we've done last week.
Take me back.
The Rumuni Original, the one that we did with Craig. Mexican Cola, Doritos Mexican Cola, Doritos Guava, Dr. Brown's Black Cherry, Club Orange Rock Shandy, McDade's Orange Cream, McDade's Original Cola, and Fritz Cola.
I mean,
we've drank a lot of juice, haven't we?
Salivating at that last rundown.
Do you know what I'm salivating for? Andy's bonus.
I should say, since saying that, I've realised that I don't actually have the leaderboard up.
Is that right? Don't worry about it, man.
I didn't want to say.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say.
It's not my bonus. It's not my bonus drink.
Whose bonus is it?
It's Al's bonus drink.
Oh, yeah, Al.
I'm kind of lurking back into the shadows there because after all that chat, I'm bringing out something that walks a fine line because although almost everyone will be familiar with it, it might not be as easy to get as you think because it's an old classic.
Take us down memory lane.
Well, let me just say, don't blame it on the boogie, blame it on the bubbles. That was the OG tagline for Tizer, the great British pop. Okay, so this is...
Guys, we're bringing it back.
That's got to be a new tagline, isn't it?
Tizer.
Can I ask up front, was Tizer always a bar drink?
I don't believe it was.
I'm glad we're all agreeing that I didn't think it was either.
Can I also ask, where is the big head that used to be on Tizer? Remember that? It was like a big weird head, like a mask looking thing.
Really?
Aye. It was like this big weird head.
Are you going to go deep dive into some of the intro here, or I've got some facts on Tizer?
Tizer facts. I'll give you a Tizer fact before you kick off. Jim Coates used to buy this from Macro, and he would stockpile it, and it was the only one. It used to sit there with. This was the one. So in order of Jim Coates drinks, he would get Lucozade Original, Tizer, and Virgin Cola. And Virgin Cola is what would be handy to my enemies. And I wouldn't even go near Tizer. I wouldn't even drink it. I would only drink the Lucozade Original out of the garage.
Referring to Ed the Head.
Ed the Head?
Ed the Head was the mascot and
of Tizer.
Yeah, and it used to be owned by a company, I believe, around Manchester, the Armour Trust, and then it was sold to bars. It was sold to bars for 2.5 mil in 1972. So as long as we've known it, it has been a bars drink.
But it never used to have that bars logo on it, I don't think.
Do you know that the name comes from Tizer, the appetizer?
Jeez.
The appetizer. Right, before we crack this open.
It was launched in 1924.
Can you remember what this tastes like?
No, that's what I was going to say. What's Tizer? If anybody could remember it.
If somebody said, what does Tizer taste like? I would say it tastes like red.
I would say
red cola.
No,
like
it's not none like red cola.
No, I know, but that's what was in my head. That's all I can remember.
In my head, it was like a weird, fruity, just like, you know the way I told you that HP fruity is not an HP sauce. It's like, that's what it tastes like, a carbonated HP fruity.
Tizer Ice was launched in the 90s, including a menthol flavour.
It's not.
I think what I'm remembering is maybe it did actually taste a wee bit like the original.
It doesn't taste like it doesn't smell like I remember it. It tastes nothing like I remember it, and off one sip, it's trash.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I actually think it might taste like. I think it maybe wanted to taste different. But I think this might
lemonade.
I want to just take a sip and like the Grain Chill theme song starts playing and it's just all kicking off, man.
I think this is maybe what Tizer tastes like.
Maybe. I want my 55p back.
No, it tastes like lemonade to me. It tastes like diet lemonade.
It's trash.
Trash lemonade. It is red though, isn't it? Yeah. If you
Yeah.
look inside. What a bummer.
I'm done with it already.
Here, I've got a line for you. This is really going to set the tone for the Tizer one. In 1999,
Yes.
a print advertisement which showed children with their faces pressed against a glass surface with the slogan, "How many kids can you get in your fridge?" was criticised as inappropriate by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents, who had recorded deaths of children trapped inside refrigerators. Who in their advertising marketing team thought, the tagline will be, "How many kids can you get in your fridge?" In 1999.
Jeez.
I mean,
Shouts to that agency, man.
like, I'm more interested in this, like, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. that's what all I got for that. I'm like, what? Who just went here? There's so many accidents. We should get ordained by the Queen and have a society for the prevention of accidents.
People in there are walking about and
That sounds like a Monty Python sketch. Watch that banana. We're the Royal Society of the Prevention of Accidents.
but it's like they go to the boardroom and they're wearing like a full hockey get up and then a hazmat suit on top because God forbid there was an accident at the Ministry of Royal Funny Walks and Accidents.
Here's something. I'm going to sidebar just because, like, if we don't sidebar, the Tizer score's just going to like get plummeted and we'll be done with the podcast. Sidebar. If the Royal Society of the Prevention of Accidents were to prevent an accident that has occurred in your life, what would you get in touch with them to report?
Don't eat that shite in the pocket that you thought was cheesecake.
That's a callback.
One of these ones where you shit your pants.
No, I'll get you one. Anytime you go to a drive-through for a coffee and they don't put the lid on properly or fill it up too much,
you just want one of them.
I want one of those guys to like just come up to the drive-through window and be like, "Whoa,
Slam a lid on it."
I need to prevent an accident here. You fill that coffee up too high and you're not putting the lids on enough."
That's so mad. Like if you sat down at a wedding, like your mixed table, and you're like, "Oh, how you doing? What's he doing?" He's like, "Oh, I work at the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents." I'd be like, "No way, man."
Hold on, the RSPA.
I'd be trying to put trip hazards in front of him all night.
Is it the RSPA? That's so close.
That can't. Well, that's not a thing.
Apparently, it is a thing, guys.
The RSPCA is the children's accidents.
That's like if you, and then the guy goes like, "What do you do?" And you're like, "Have you ever heard of like X Games, mate?" I'm X Games. I'm in Nitro Circus.
Yeah, I clicked on the link for the Royal Society of the Prevention of Accidents, and you will have done something that the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents are responsible for. We both probably will have. You'll definitely have done this. Your cycling proficiency test.
I never done that.
That's mad.
I failed mine.
Here's a story. Andrew McKillop, if you're listening, Andrew, you're always a bully. But he stole my bike. And then the week that it took me to figure out that he stole my bike and then get my mother to go up to his door and say, "Give him his bike back," I couldn't do the cycling proficiency test because I didn't have a bike. And I remember saying to my teacher in primary 6, "Does that mean I can't cycle?" "No." "Is that me done? Is my bike days over?"
My bike.
I'm looking at the class window, watching everyone do their cycling thing, and I was just so sad.
You know, just in that instance, I was like, "Bring around the loner," and they bring out this like bike with a mad flag in the back, like a chopper, and you're just like, "You need doing that."
To go full circle on this. When my cycling proficiency test, I had a BMX and they kept putting my saddle up every time I went in, and I was like, "I don't want my saddle up," so I'd put it down, and that's what they failed me for. So when I got home that day, primary 7, I got home, and my mum had bought me a pair of trainers to say, "Well done in passing your cycling proficiency test," and obviously I failed. And when I get in, my big brother says, "Hi, a wee failure," and I started greeting, and he had to come and apologise to me and give me the trainers, and it was a pair of Hirachis, my first ever pair of Nikes.
What colour was it? The scream green?
No, the blue, the kind of electric blue and black.
Scream greens are coming out again, man.
Yeah. Just quickly, you said Monty Python.
Yes.
So, and this kind of harks into the soda bit. I saw an accidental partridge today, and it was Rishi Sunak. He was sitting talking to a couple of schoolboys, and he was trying to be cool, and he's like, "I'm a coke addict. I'm a coke addict." And he's like, "I mean Coca-Cola.
I'm a cola addict."
It was so horrific and bad. But maybe we should get Rishi on. See if Rishi's not busy. Get him on to do the coke.
Get him to review some coke.
Aye.
Done, man. That's the budget. That's the budget out of the way, so his desk will be clear.
Yeah, budget's done.
Before we chase down Rishi, let's get a quick score on Tizer. I'm going back in Big Al style. It's a 1.1.
I can't disagree. I'm doing the exact same.
It's a 1.1. It's. I mean, if it's the only thing you can drink,
What? I'll take one. I kind of where I'm going with this. And
he's going below 1.
I really,
He's going subpar.
really don't like it, man. Like,
He's going freezing temp.
I'm gonna go 0.7. It is like that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time.
Thanks for bringing it out.
I mean, like, you're welcome,
Cheers,
but boy, we do the research so that people don't have to go through the trenches, man. They can go straight to the top of the mountain.
55p as well, man. Like, that's
not cheap. That's not cheap. So, Tizer.
Bars Tizer.
It's Scottish.
Another Scottish one.
1.0.
And
Can't mess with it.
That puts that in like 5th last place.
Good, man. What's like sitting adjacent?
Give us a second.
Just gotta make sure he's got a good seat at the table, man. He's in appropriate company. Joe
do you know what
Tizer.
Tizer would be good for? Do you ever do this? I will close, right? Do you ever like take a full, when you're a kid, take a full can and scuff it on the corner of a house and then start spraying and then you just run about spraying people with it?
That's probably the one.
That's the guy I used to know, Fast Eddie. Still know Fast Eddie.
You know a guy called Fast Eddie?
Fast Eddie. And Fast Eddie used to always tell this story about a guy he came up with when he would go and watch the football, Coke Can Man. We're like, why is he called Coke Can Man? And he was like, because like in the terraces, I guess, like a guy was standing up shouting, you know, come on referee, give us a fair chance, those type of things. And somebody in the same kind of fans stood up from maybe a good few rows behind them and was like, here, sit your ass down. And he just sculled a full can of Coke right off his scoop, man. And just like, I was just like, man, I mean, if you connect with that, there's no messing.
So in the bottom 5 drinks, 3 of them are Scottish.
I'm not surprised.
Tizer's one of them. I am brewed thingy.
Nah.
Oh no, it's a weird one. Oh, what was it?
It's not Paisley Drinks, is it?
No.
I can't even think. What are the Scottish ones?
A bars one. No? Oof. Scottish.
It's rubbish at this.
Don't know.
Worst game ever. In 5th place is Tizer. 5th last is Tizer. 4th last is Dunn's American Cola.
Oh yeah.
3rd last you've got Lemonade Passion Fruit. 2nd last you've got Oranzada. And then in last place,
Millions
Strawberry from Green Up.
I mean,
man.
Scotland in general is
just trash, man.
They've all been hurt by the sugar tax. There's no doubt about that. The sugar tax have killed all of those drinks.
But even if you put some sugar on that Tizer,
yeah, they're not going to be top level, but that's what's hurt them bad.
Poor.
We used to be such a proud nation of sugary drinks and stuff, man.
Do you know what I'm moving to?
Aye.
Ireland.
Norway.
I'm going to Ireland.
Ireland is a holy grail right now, isn't it?
Seamus.
Talk to us, man. Give us jobs.
Seamus is coming on next week.
Yeah, we should say that next week. Next week's episode, Seamus McDade from the clan McDade is coming on so that we can all review together the glass bottle, American bottled and brewed football special.
Oh, mate, it's so tense. I'm so excited to have
It's
him
the
on.
football special redemption story.
It is. I mean, this could be it's a Netflix special.
Andy, give us a recount on what we all gave football special. The plastic bottle, Ireland edition. Ireland.
One step.
It's in like 66th place with a 1.6, a 1.2, and a 1.3, giving it a grand total of a 1.4.
Who gave it 1.2? Me.
No, Al.
I cannot. I was.
So
it's going to be a crazy show, man.
They're on a run. They're on a run with these American bottlings. So
yeah, I mean, McDade's have definitely had it. But I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing the history. I'm looking
predictions for
I
football
can't do that.
special. I'm giving a prediction.
I've drank it, so I can't. I'm out.
You've drank the American one.
Talking about
When?
When I first bought it,
Shocking
I
behaviour.
bought a whole case. There's no way I wasn't tasting that.
Shocking behaviour. Ow, prediction.
it's going to be better. And when you've got the kingpin himself sitting across from you, you know what I mean? He's going to sell us on this. He's going to let us know what it means to the culture. I'm honestly, man, he's
going to affect your score.
No, do you know?
Having Seamus staring you in the eyes.
The thing about McDade's, I respect. They've got a good range. We tried football special, didn't like it. We're giving it this other chance under these extremely prestigious circumstances. But we've tried the other stuff, and it's like, it's unreal, man. Like, so, do you know what I mean? It's different strokes for different folks, baby.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if we still don't like football special, like, you've got two drinks at the top score.
Of course. I think
this is the prestigious soda show on the planet currently, and he's sitting up there just killing it.
And we've still got banana and cream soda to come.
I don't think I can't see what that much difference the rest was going to be, but I'll be slightly optimistic. But I reckon I'll be surprised if Seamus gets out of the twos with that.
Cool.
I'm telling you, he's a passionate man, and he's passionate about his product, man. And I'm excited to pick his brains and see what's happening. Because this, do you know what? I don't want to throw my country under the bus. And bars is obviously, it's that jam in it. It's the big one for us. But I mean, he's out there killing it, man. McDade's just killing
Bars
it, man.
is a big letdown.
Bars is a snider.
Bars is trash.
But
Do you know, I think maybe one thing, because we're going to have Seamus on, let's throw it out to the comments. If anybody's got anything they think we should be asking Seamus, I'd be interested to know if they've got anything else coming up, because obviously they've expanded into this American premium range. Are they getting any flavours up their sleeve that we don't know about?
Just say any jobs and going for the boys. I was talking about this today. This is so crazy, and I'm not saying that we're going to just pitch Seamus drinks, but and I don't know where we obviously as a team
5-star cream soda
heads, but I was thinking if we did a wee limited run of something, what would it be? What could we all agree on it being that was something that represent us all? You know, that we'd all be happy with.
I know it is.
I think I know the flavour.
Right, hold on.
It's exciting.
How are we going to do this so that we all do it? Like, should we all say it at once?
I don't know. You guys seem pretty set, so
I mean, I think you'll agree with me, Nick.
I'll go first then.
I've got that.
Yeah.
Vanilla Coke.
No, I wasn't going to go that.
This is not going to work.
I was going dark cherry.
I mean, that is one. I mean, we all agree on that, but like, just because Coke is at the top of the thing, and then we're all partial with a cream soda.
Yeah.
A balling vanilla Coke would be good.
I mean, that's where I'd go the same way for a cherry Coke, though. That'd be the same.
A vanilla cherry Coke.
I mean, a McDade's cherry Coke.
That's what now we're talking.
A McDade's black cherry soda.
McDade's 5-star soda, collab, cherry Coke.
He's gonna go show us the stats and we'll be like, look, we've got the same 16 people listening every week. That's 16 buys. And then we'll buy 4 for the show.
We'll buy a case each.
That's 20. Limited run, 20 drinks.
Change the knowledge that is knocking around this podcast.
Question no. How many drinks have we done there?
72 something. 72.
So we're like about 4 or 5 weeks away from the 100th drink.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's common.
Yeah, I'm popping.
That's going to be a bumper episode when we hit the 100th drink. And that drink is going to need to be it needs to be a smasher.
It needs to be something that we've all been anticipating.
Maybe it should be the McDade's cream soda.
It's a lot of pressure to put on.
We've got something in the stash that we got today that seems like it could be a worthy contender.
I mean, maybe the stuff that we Fraz sent us, or do you talking about the one I sent you the picture of?
No, there was a particular drink that was passed out today that comes in a big tall glass bottle.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit of a grail and something that would be respectful.
No, do you know what? I mean, some of the stuff that came today, serious stuff, the stuff that Fraz sent is much intriguing.
Without saying too much about the one I'm talking about, right? Don't you think it's like, realistically, it's the heavyweight champ coming back to try to get the title?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that if you were to say what's a really fancy fizzy drink that you can't really just walk in a shop and get, it's the first one MD's saying.
People buy that for $5 a bottle.
Yeah.
Neighbour.
Yeah, I forgot.
That is the Floyd Mayweather of sodas. This one.
I thought you said the Floyd Mayweather, and I kind of would have agreed.
The Floyd Mayweather.
The Floyd Mayweather.
Show me where the easy money is.
Show me where that Yeezy money is.
You've got to end on your question, Nick. We've been going for an hour and a half here.
My question.
Same one we always end on.
Why haven't people gone on and given us 5 stars in the thing yet? After saying that
what drink are you taking home?
Oh, what drink are you taking home, guys?
Well, I think I'll agree. Although I can't really take it up the road because I've already cleaned it out.
Easy. I'm taking a pineapple up the road to be different.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a toss-up, really, to be honest, but I think I finished my wee pineapple guy, so.
I've actually plowed that and the Fanta.
The pineapple just gave me a lip smack. It was good. It's like a pineapple sherbet.
Sherbet?
A watered down pineapple sherbet.
Sherbet.
So, anyway, next week, Big Seamus joining us on the show. Looking forward to that. We've not even discussed what our other drinks will be between ourselves, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to go head to head with the football special.
And we won't be talking about shoes. We exhausted that.
We did. We definitely have done that.
We walked those shoe soles to the ground.
Sneakerhead. He's like, I was listening to the podcast.
Talking about football boots. It's just football boots.
He's like, man, I've got these things, these Back to the Future joints on, man. Coming at it.
We should end on this question. Is soda an art form?
Yeah,
let us know in the comments. In fact, don't let us know in the comments. Let us know in your 5-star review on iTunes and Spotify podcasts.
Yes, please.
But we'll be back next week with episode 14 featuring Seamus McDade from McDade's. Looking forward to seeing him, and we'll see you all then. Good night.